Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to bypass all the noise of the world and focus entirely on actionable steps for self-reconstruction. We're diving deep into a comprehensive blueprint based on Malcolm Justice's profound concepts from his 30-chapter book, Rebuild Yourself. So, if you're ready to become the absolute best version of yourself and start laying down some new foundations, let's jump right in. When was the last time you felt like your true self? Seriously, think about it for a second. It is so incredibly easy to feel lost or overwhelmed in the constant hustle and expectations of daily life, right? I mean, we've all been there. This entire explainer is dedicated to rescuing yourself from that exact feeling of mediocrity and disconnection and getting back to who you genuinely are. So here is the blueprint for our personal transformation today. 1. Recovering passion and ignoring expectations. 2. Clearing chaos and the power of silence. 3. The harsh truth that no one is coming to save you. 4. Building a sacred daily routine. And 5. Emotional resilience and new beginnings. All right, let's start with part 1, recovering passion and ignoring expectations. To truly rebuild, we can't just slap on a fresh coat of paint and call it a day. We first have to remember what actually fueled us before the world got its hands on us and told us what we were supposed to be. Now, what's really interesting here is the stark contrast between societal demands and your actual childhood passions. On one hand, family, society, and social media basically program us to fulfill these false roles, right? And living to meet these external demands makes you a complete stranger to yourself. But on the other hand, there is your true identity. The source material asks us to reflect on our childhood passions. Remember those moments when you completely lost track of time because you were drawing or writing or maybe just exploring nature? That innate curiosity isn't some childhood luxury. It's the raw energy that gives you life and direction during the really tough times. Moving right along to part 2, clearing chaos and the power of silence. Rebuilding yourself is exactly like renovating an old house. You absolutely have to clear out the mental and emotional debris before you can even think about raising new walls. As Malcolm Justice writes, the greatest answers don't lie in spoken words, but in moments you listen to your depths. Just let the profound weight of that concept breathe for a second. In our incredibly noisy, hyper-connected world, true silence is a really rare currency. So how do we actually find that silence? Well, you start by dedicating daily time to just disconnect. That means no phone, no music, nothing. You just breathe slowly and sit with your body. Then, observe your thoughts without any judgment whatsoever. You see, silence isn't just the absence of speech. It's this deep, intentional presence with yourself. The source notes that when you allow buried feelings like an old pain or some hidden longing to surface without trying to run away from them, well, that is where the true healing and self-discovery actually begin. All right, into part 3. No one is coming to save you. Now, I want to prepare you for a harsh but ultimately liberating truth. This concept really serves as the pivot point for our entire guide. No one is coming to save you. Just let that bold statement sink in. No one is coming to save you from your pain, your doubts, or your procrastination. Realizing that you are the literal only one who holds the key to your salvation, that is the exact moment your real journey begins. It's a blessing, guys, not a curse. And this brilliantly illustrates how we are faced with a daily choice between two paths, the victim and the leader. The victim waits for a savior, complains about the dark, and constantly blames past circumstances. But the leader? The leader takes full ownership and uses failure as a lesson. Inside everyone is a sleeping leader. You really don't need an external hero. You need to be your own hero. We have to stop waiting for permission to change. Start making small, courageous decisions like what time you wake up or what you flat out refuse to accept in your day to regain authority over your life. Which brings us to part 4, building a sacred daily routine. You simply cannot build a new self amidst absolute chaos. Repetition is the actual secret to transformation, and how you start your day completely determines your mental and physical trajectory. This 30-minute morning framework is incredibly effective. First, clear your mind with meditation or by setting your goals for the day. Second, practice gratitude by writing down just 3 things you're thankful for. This literally rewires your brain to focus on blessings rather than what's missing. And third, prioritize hydration and movement to fuel your physical vessel. Taking control of these first 30 minutes gives you total mastery over your entire day. But of course, it doesn't stop in the morning. Maintaining this new foundation takes sacred rituals throughout the whole day. Things like a dawn prayer, having morning tea with a good book, going for a daily walk, or even just evening journaling. I want to remind you that these are not chores. They are a fortress. They are sacred practices that actively protect your inner peace from the relentless noise of the world. Every good habit you commit to acts as a solid brick in the new structure of yourself. Let's move to our final section, Part 5, Emotional Resilience and New Beginnings. So life is definitely not going to offer us perfect conditions, right? That means maintaining our new structure through life's inevitable storms is absolutely essential to the process. But listen, emotional resilience isn't about avoiding pain. It's the ability to rise after every single fall. It's about facing those painful emotions, naming them, and letting them mature you. The source beautifully notes that loss isn't a defeat at all. It's a teacher. You don't start from zero after a loss, you start from experience. I really want to emphasize this number strongly, 1%. We live in a world that is completely obsessed with perfection, but success isn't about being flawless. It is about choosing to progress just 1% every single day. Rather than sitting around waiting for some illusion of flawless readiness. Launch your project even if it isn't perfect. Speak your truth even if you stutter. People connect with honesty, not perfection. So, the crucial point here is that change is continuous. You might explore passions at 20, bravely shift careers at 40, and start a completely new life chapter at 70. You must grant yourself the permission to start over at any age. Tearing down what no longer represents you to build what actually suits you takes rare courage. Never, ever be afraid to embrace the hopeful heart of a beginner, no matter what year you were born. But how do we actually get there? Well, by valuing small wins. Waking on time builds regained discipline. Writing just one single page leads to a completed project. Having the courage to say no to harm fiercely protects your inner peace. These small, continuous steps always overpower temporary flashes of brilliance, and they are what actually lead to massive compounded life changes. And that brings us to a really profound final question. Are you building a life you need to escape from, or a sanctuary you want to live in? Rebuilding yourself isn't just some temporary fix. It is a lifelong, joyful adventure. Don't wait for vacations or retirement to finally start living. Use this blueprint to make yourself your priority every single day. I really hope this explainer empowers you to start laying those new bricks today.